So, everybody, this is going to be an interesting talk. Today, I want to talk about the Quarry. Now, all good things. The game was beautiful. I loved the story. I loved the idea. I loved the monster. I loved the cards. All of it was good. But there's one particular person that we are going to talk about, and that is Jacob. Through the entire game, he was nothing but a bitch. Stupid, and of course, if he knew what was actually going on in that area, I don't think he would have touched it. And I understand. He loved Emma. He had, or I should, loved his strong feelings for her. I get it. But you could have killed, depending on the course you took, so many people. My course, I'll put a link to the playlist that I did. I think Ryan was the only one that died, but that was also my mistake. Ryan was the only one that died, luckily. Of course, I'm trying to remember if I think Nick was cured. It's a little hard to remember right now. I believe Nick was cured. All was good for the main people. Killed the Hackett. I don't really know how it works with the Hacketts. I don't know if you can get a better ending by killing them all. I played it on my own at the end, but I did the opposite of what I did. I wasn't really trying for a specific goal. So, I was killing Chris. Max came back. I still somehow messed up towards the end. I'm trying to remember. I think I got Lord killed. I don't know. It's been a couple of months, I think. I'm trying to remember when that game came out, but basically, going back to the little bitch boy, Jacob. As I said, I understand he wanted to be with Emma again. He wanted to talk to her. He wanted to do the long distance thing. I get it. It's completely understandable. You want to try to keep a relationship going, especially, when you have such strong feelings for somebody. But you put a lot of people in trouble. And the funniest part is you insulted your father.
Please let me go. Okay, I didn't mean for this to happen. Please. Oh my God, why aren't you answering me? Oh. Is your money that you want? Cause my dad's got money, like lots of it. I mean, not really, but you could get some.
So first off, these people are, before he knew, helping him, but you willingly said, my father's got money. Well, not a lot, but he's got money. You insulted your father. You dick. And to me, it's just like, the beginning, he acts like this big macho man, and he steadily crashes and just implodes. And of course, part of it, I guess I would say as well, is people he was around didn't help him. Caitlin wasn't helping the exact situation, which I actually didn't find out until playing on my own that Caitlin and Jacob were actually childhood friends. And there's a lot of information that they kept. I don't know why. Unless you do, obviously, like normally do specific things, it keeps information out. So what I actually found out from my second playthrough, I watched somebody else's playthrough, and I watched it from the beginning to the end. I like doing that. I like seeing what other people do and how they get to where they go. But I actually learned that the way the chain of this lighting went was, so I found out from this other playthrough that Caleb and Kaylee helped the White Wolf, and something happened. The White Wolf bit Caleb. Caleb bit Kaylee and Chris, and that's how the chain of these werewolves began. And then I think they said, and Chris bit Max. I think it was Caleb bit Nick. I think the way the tree goes. So, or Caleb bit Nick. So technically, the way it should have happened in my playthrough, by me taking out Caleb, Chris should have been cured, Max should have been cured, and Nick should have been cured. But because it didn't share that information in my playthrough, Max wasn't cured, Chris wasn't cured, but Nick was. And I was confused. I was like, what the hell does that mean? I was like, how does that, why does the game have it set up that way? Just because I don't have that little bit of information? It's funny how I went to complaining about Jacob to now talking about, it's fun to talk about anyway. But so that's what confused me. And of course, I know there's other ways to do it as well. You can have everybody be bitten. Like for Dylan, for instance, when you're in the radio tower, if you don't cut the hand off or shotgun the hand off, he would be bit. And he would become a wolf. I know one of the instances for Ryan is Laura bites him. I don't know if there's a similar situation where Dylan's bit and Dylan can bite him, you know. I think there's such a wide range, and I wasn't going to see every outcome. I just wanted to see what happened. If I thought differently, I tried to get different information, so on and so forth. One of the things I tried to do, and I felt pretty feeling bad for Jacob. I tried. The playthrough I did, I had him accidentally step in a bear trap. I tried to prevent that, and I had him step in a bear trap again because I wanted to see if I think it gave, I forget what it was. It was run or hide. It chose hide first time, I believe, and the second time I did it, I chose hide. But I think if I chose run, it would have had me go somewhere else, something like that. I probably could have avoided it. I knew it gave me a choice. It gave me a choice to do something, and I did the same thing by accident. But out of everybody there, he's the biggest weenie. We all know it. Maybe some people actually disagree with me, but I think he was the biggest weenie. Emma took on Max as a werewolf on her own. Handled that pretty well. Made me almost shit my pants. Bobby was a tank. Rude that he stabbed Ryan. Even though I accidentally shot the bomb. That game was something. I give that game a very good rating, a very good review, because it's a lot better than the dark picture games, I gotta say. I felt it actually made me feel like I was watching a horror movie, as well as pretty much playing Until Dawn. The only actual part of the game that bothered me and frustrated me was the flashback with Laura. I felt like that was too dragged on from when she is, and I mean this by like when she starts telling the story, going through everything, there was too much of a gap. There was too much sitting. There was too much watching between that to then us actually walking around the police department, then going back in there, then going back to storytelling. But at least that was shorter, and then it let you get back into the action. And I know it was needed information because you needed to know where she was, what happened to her eye and her face, all that information. But to me, that was long. We knew at that point in time. I mean, you kind of had an idea what had happened to Max. Clearly, with the blood splatter on the wall. I don't know if we knew what happened to Max because we saw what happened with Nick. So we knew what was going on with him. You could kind of put it together what happened to Laura, you know. But besides that middle point, I loved the game. Kept me on my toes. The cabin, I don't know what it was. The part where Dylan reaches for the cable, and they say that was the white wolf that attacked them at the cabin, and I can't tell the difference. Maybe if I crank the brightness up. Apparently that was Silas who attacked them. I couldn't tell for shit because it was so dark. Didn't look any different from any of the other wolves. For all I knew, that I thought that was Caleb or Kaylee. Yeah, it makes no difference to me because I can't tell. But when he had him by the hand and bit him, and then of course I doomed myself when I chose the chainsaw, that took my stomach and twisted it. I sat there, I'm like, I don't think I can play this anymore. Oh, it was so bad. But the second time I was okay because I knew what was coming. I think, oh, well, the second time I did it differently. If you don't break the cabin door open with, Emma and... what's her name?
Abigail.
Crap. It's not Emma and Crap. Be a couple.
Abby.
The girl Ariel Winter plays as. I can't remember her name. Abby. You don't break down the door. What actually ends up happening is when Dylan and Ryan are in the radio station, he calls out to them and said, tells the three, get into the cabin now. And when they're banging on the door, that werewolf turns their attention to him, or to those three, and it lets them pull the thing down, plug it in, and then that way Dylan doesn't get bit, doesn't lose a hand, and all that. But of course it puts the other ones in danger, stuff like that. So it's a really cool game, and I wish there was more of those. I know, is it The Devil in Me? The next, and I think it's the last Dark Picture games. Those are good. Well, some are good, some are okay. The Man of Medan was disappointing. It made it interesting in the beginning and it disappointed me at the end. Little Hope, it scared me all throughout the end. All throughout it. Up until I thought the ending was pretty surprising. I was a little surprised that they did something psychological again, but it also depends on how you play it too, because that one I played twice. The first one, think I got taken away by cops. The second one, I saved myself somehow. I don't remember what I did with that one. But same thing, you know, they stuck along too much with it being a psychological horror, which is still, you know, Little Hope was still a lot scarier than Man of Medan to me. I don't think Man of Medan got me too much. But then House of Ashes, that one I liked a lot. That one got me good. Two of those are on YouTube. The Man of Medan I started when I first made this channel, but of course I was still figuring out recording and editing, so I think I stopped it because the PC I had at the time was having a hard time trying to even run it. And it got to a point where I think it updated and I couldn't even play it, so it wasn't even strong enough. But most of the stuff I have right now, I play it off of PlayStation and just run everything through a capture card, which is what I did with the Quarry. So, sorry, this went from rambling about Jacob being a big old wiener to talking about the game, reviewing the game, talking about games that the company has made, to now. But thank you, everybody. Hopefully they keep making games like that. You know, it'd be pretty cool if they did something vampire. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, and I mean like an actual like vampire. Do something like Dracula. Ooh, you know what I really like? Because I love the story. Castlevania. I love those stories. Castlevania Lord of Shadows. That game for the PS3, I loved. If they did something related to Dracula Castlevania, I'd be on that right away. I would love that. But I'll end this here before I ramble on too much. So thank you so much, everybody. Catch you later.